rooting for you a lot. Thank you so much. And you know that all the WWE universe in Latin America, we love you so much.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, Daniel, this is a brunch show, always between breakfast and lunch. So we always start talking about the morning. For example, my morning starts with tea. I'm a tea person. And
Okay.
what about you? I want to know how is a morning in the life of Daniel Bryan?
Oh, it's very, for me, so we have two kids, right? One of whom is just a little over 5 months. So I try to keep my mornings structured, but it's very difficult based on when the baby wakes up and all that kind of stuff. But here in my ideal morning, this is how it works. I wake up, I drink at least 24 ounces of water. Then I drink coffee, and then I meditate for 20 minutes. Then I read for 20 minutes. Then I do yoga for 20 minutes. So I try to get up an hour before the kids get up, so that I have like an hour to myself. If I can get an hour to myself in the mornings, I feel like the rest of my day is so much better. And so so yeah, that's what I try to do.
Okay, first of all, what time is that? Because you said you try to wake up before. What time is that?
Yeah. So I try to wake up at 4:45 in the morning when I'm at home.
What? 4:45?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my God. So,
Yeah.
but it sounds like it's kind of it's part of the club of 5 a.m. or something, or it's not
Yeah.
like that?
So I actually read that. I read the 5 a.m. Club book. It must have been 2 years ago now. But what I realized is that so my daughter, she could wake up anytime between like 5:30 and 7, but I can keep her in her room until 6 a.m. Right? And so like if I wake up at 4:45, I guarantee myself that hour in the morning. Now that we have a 5-month-old, there are no guarantees. So sometimes like I'll be in the middle of meditating and then he'll cry and wake up, and then I try to let Bree sleep because I'm already awake. And then I'll take him and that sort of thing. But yeah, for most mornings, that's what I try to do.
Okay. Can you give me just a sec because I need to translate for the fans?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Gente, no lo van a creer, está increíble su rutina de vida porque él tiene 2 bebés, entonces uno tiene casi 5 meses y bueno, él intenta levantarse siempre antes de que los bebés se levanten y yo le dije, bueno, y me dijo, 20 minutos de yoga, 20 minutos para meditar y 20 minutos de hacer ejercicio. Y dije, eso me suena como el club de las 5 de la mañana. Y me dijo, sí, lo leí hace muchísimo tiempo. La cuestión es que a veces el bebé pues interrumpe esta cuestión de la meditación y pum, ya, valió. Y este libro yo le pregunté, ¿no? Porque a veces un libro es el método de un libro que se llama El Club de las 5 de la mañana, que lo leí hace muchos años. Y él y su esposo tratan de hacer un gran team para poder sacar esto de la familia y tener una rutina. Al menos 1 hora al día ya para tener el demás tiempo para él. Wow, I love that you meditate as well. Congratulations about that.
Oh, thank you.
So, your match against Cesaro last Friday on SmackDown was absolutely phenomenal and was praised by many personalities inside the wrestling business, including Kurt Angle. What do you think, or how do you feel about that?
So I think that's really cool. But the interesting thing is, when I go out and wrestle and I go out and perform, I'm not actually trying to win anybody's praise. One of the things, I'm very disappointed that I lost, but wrestling Cesaro, it's always been a joy for me because he's so good. And so like we first met, I think, around 2004. So that's 16 plus years ago now. And he's gotten better over time. I've gotten better over time. And the ability for us to wrestle each other for 16 plus years and then now doing it on WWE programming, which airs all over the world, is really, really cool to me. And then also seeing how I've evolved and seeing how he's evolved it's just really fun. And it's just a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be in the ring with somebody who's so technically gifted and pushes you. Like being in the ring with him pushes me to be a better wrestler. And so even in losing, I find little nuggets of gratitude and joy in the moment of it.
Ok, a ver, acá la pregunta fue que, ustedes lo saben, gente, es que qué match nos regaló con Cesaro, y le dije, bueno, muchas felicidades, y aparte de todo que Kurt Angle pues dijo que, o sea, y no solo Kurt Angle, sino mucha gente le estaban echando piropos. Y él dijo, a ver, es que yo no busco piropos cuando salgo a luchar. Y luchar con Cesaro, pues lo conozco desde hace 16 años, ¿no? Desde el 2004. Entonces es súper chido como ver a alguien que se está renovando y está preparando muchísimo porque Cesaro es una persona que tiene un nivel increíble y eso hace que él empuje todavía mucho más. Entonces estamos viendo básicamente un trabajo en equipo impresionante. And now, talking about great matches, your match against AJ Styles last year in SmackDown was one of the best of the year. Congratulations about that. And also Drew Gulak. My God, how do you do that? I mean, your performance in every match is just like unreal. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. So, you know, it's interesting because I don't think of it in those terms. I think of wrestling in terms of like an expression of my creative ability, right? And also things that I love wrestling still. Like I've been wrestling for 21 years now and I still love it. And it's which is a real blessing, right? It's a real blessing to love the work that you do for 21 plus years. And so I'm really always trying to find new ways to explore parts of myself as I'm wrestling, to try to find new things to do or different things. And one of the great things about being in WWE is that you get put up against was trying to find new ways to explore parts of myself as I'm wrestling, to try to find new things to do or different things. And one of the great things about being in WWE is that you get put up against guys that are just fantastic. AJ Styles is one of the best.
It's true. Yeah.
With him, and he's constantly pushing himself, and I'm constantly pushing myself. Same thing with Ken Cesaro, with Drew Gulak. So I never got a chance to wrestle him when we were both on the independents, and he's excellent from a technical standpoint. And so getting in there and pushing yourself against a younger guy who's so technically gifted, like those are the things that really internally motivate me to really push myself to be better.
Okay. A ver, gente, es que también la verdad vimos el match que tuvo contra AJ Styles el año pasado, estuvo cañoncísimo. Y no solamente con él, sino con Drew Gulak también. Y me dice, bueno, pues es que a mí, ya lo dije, no me gusta como, impresionar. Simplemente busco la forma de sacar mi creatividad. Y aparte de todo esto es algo increíble. O sea, más de 20 años luchando, luchando en general, y él dice que se sigue apasionando un montón por dejar la piel en el ring, y que, por ejemplo, con Cesaro y con AJ Styles, pues que son súper top también, pero, por ejemplo, con Drew Gulak y todas las superestrellas que WWE les da la oportunidad de explotar, pues él tiene la oportunidad de tomar también ese talento, mezclarlo, shakearlo y ¡boom! Hacer una bomba de explosión que a todos nosotros nos encanta y tienen que aceptarlo. And now, you've declared yourself for the Royal Rumble. What can we expect from you there?
I don't know. I'm going to do my best to win. So I've been training with Chad Gable and Otis about how to best prepare for a Royal Rumble match. And so I've never won a Battle Royal in my entire career. And it's hard for smaller guys to stop from being thrown over the top rope. So I've been working with Chad Gable and Otis on one, how to get people over the top rope, and then two, how to keep myself from getting eliminated. So that's been a lot of fun for me.
Oh my God, that's amazing. A ver, acá le pregunté que él dijo, yo voy a estar en Royal Rumble, y que qué estamos esperando de esa declaración. Y me dijo que básicamente lo que él va a hacer es dar lo mejor. Entonces, se está preparando muchísimo. Dice que también se está preparando junto con los demás, ¿verdad? Para dar un gran performance, porque pues, como sabemos, casi que es lo único que le falta. Entonces, que se está preparando muchísimo para hacerlo esto. Y que va a dar su mejor esfuerzo para ganar. And now, Rey Mysterio claimed that your record on the greatest Royal Rumble shouldn't be taken into consideration because it was not the real Royal Rumble. What do you think about that?
I mean, Ray's one of the greatest of all time, so he has the right to his opinion. I don't. I'm not interested in like, okay, oh, you have the longest time ever. I mean, if people say it works, great. If people say it doesn't work, great. I was on that particular night, I was just trying to do my very best. So it's like, I don't hold on. I don't have these attachments to like, to records or different thing, like, different moments in my career. Like if somebody says like, hey, that's not the record, this should be the record. Okay, sure, whatever, man. I don't care. Like, I enjoyed the struggle of being in that match for 70 plus minutes, and that was a real, it was a real accomplishment for me personally. And whether it matters as far as the record for the Royal Rumble, it doesn't matter to me. It was just something that I was inspired to do.
Anyways, it was just amazing.
Thank you.
For us, it was amazing. So yes, and it's amazing your philosophy that you have. Like, yeah, well, it was something that I had. It's something amazing, and it's like avoids a lot of kind of bad thoughts or something. So it's
yeah. And so I think that's kind of the thing. I mean, my philosophy on life is just, I think, different than a lot of people. I'm not a type A personality. You know, some people like push themselves and want okay, I want to do this or I want to do that and I want to do that. That's not my life philosophy. I have things that I love that I want to push myself in, not for records or money or anything like that, but just because I enjoy them. And I want to see from a personal perspective how much I can grow. Like any sort of challenge or anything like that is an opportunity for growth as a human, you know. And I also have to say that I'm a very fortunate human being. You know what I mean? Like I've been given a lot of opportunity in my life, and so it's easier to have this positive perspective when you get all these opportunities all the time, right? And so that's, you know, that's one of the things that it might separate me, but you'd be surprised. There's a lot of WWE superstars and a lot of wrestlers in general who take a more philosophical approach to life, and that like, hey, you know, realistically, we're just like these little creatures on this ball that's spinning in the middle of an infinite universe, right? As far as we know, it's infinitely big, and like, if I'm a record holder, who cares, right? Like, it's like it matters to us for moments, and then we move on to even like something. So, for example, I've main evented WrestleMania 30, and that's really cool. But this morning I have to deal with a 5-month-old who's crying all the time, and main eventing WrestleMania 30 doesn't help that. So it's like if you can stay in the moment, then you also like, you appreciate the moments as they come and as they pass, and you can look back on them fondly, but it doesn't hold any real meaning to me. Like I love the tangible things that I experience on a day-to-day basis, and those are the things that make my life a real joy.
Wow! Aplausos! I love it. Thank you for that, because it's not just superficial. It's something more deep. It's amazing. I need to translate for the people because it's just amazing.
Okay.
A ver, gente, la pregunta comenzó con Rey Mysterio, que dijo que él no se merecía esta onda del récord que tenía, ¿no? Del mayor tiempo en un Royal Rumble, porque no fue así, porque no fue el Royal Rumble en verdad, ¿no? Fue que fue el gran Royal Rumble. Y él me dijo, bueno, pues la verdad, si lo dice está bien, y si no lo dice, pues también está bien. Básicamente, él no es un coleccionista de récords, y no está como buscando tener todos estos títulos ni nada. Él cree que todos los momentos que se pasan en la vida tienen su periodo, los tienes que aprovechar y abrazar, y luego ya está. Porque, por ejemplo, me dijo algo muy cierto. ¿De qué servía que yo fuera un headline, ¿no? En WrestleMania 30, si al final mi niña está llorando y pues no me va a ayudar eso, no va a venir a sacarme de esto en lo que estoy metida? Entonces, básicamente la filosofía de él no es de las personas que está como buscando tener más dinero y buscando tener más títulos. No, 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 porque somos unas criaturas muy pequeñitas en el universo tan grande que deben de aprovechar las oportunidades que se les presenta el día a día. ¡Wow! ¡Qué increíble, qué maravillosa forma de ver las cosas! And we know you're wrestling down here in Mexico in the early stages of your career. I want to know if you have some fun or amazing anecdotes that you want to share with us.
No, not really, because most of my time, you know, I only did a couple shows in Mexico before I got to WWE. And so most of it, like I was flying in, I'd be there for like 2 days and then I'd fly right back out. But actually, one of my favorite experiences, the best picture I ever got from wrestling was actually wrestling in AAA's Triple Mania. I think it was around 2008. I was in this weird, there's like 3 guys on each team and there's 3 teams or something like that. It was really weird. But anyways, I got my eye busted open. And I think WWE tried to call me to get on a different media call, and I'm like, I'm on this one right here. So maybe if whoever is in charge of WWE Espanol could relate to the other WWE people that I'm on the media thing, that would really be helpful for me. Anyway, so I ended up getting like a bloody eye, like I had blood in my eye and all that kind of stuff. And the match was really fun, and wrestling in those big the big shows that are produced by Mexican companies is so cool. Like I've always wanted to be a part of a CMLL anniversary show. Like that's when you look at like the cool things in wrestling, like being in like the main event of a CMLL anniversary show, or being in the main event of like a AAA Triple Mania, like those are really cool things that you can do. And so anyways, I was in this Triple Mania and I was like, I'm so stoked to be a part of Triple Mania. And I got this bloody eye and I got this great picture afterwards. It's like me with a mean face and a bloody eye. And like, if I could, that would be like my promo shot for everything that we do. But I mean, we're not allowed. They're not gonna take a shot of me from 13 years ago and use it as a promo shot. But yeah, so that's and also, you know, I haven't seen him in a long time, but I got in that match. I was Ricky Marvin was part of that match. And Ricky Marvin, who's a tremendous luchador, and I spent a lot of time with him Pro Wrestling No in Japan. Like I was thrilled for him to be a part of that too.
Okay, perfect. Such a great story. Thank you.
Yeah.
A ver, pues la pregunta fue que hace muchísimo tiempo, cuando estaba empezando en esta cuestión del wrestling, estuvo aquí en México. Entonces yo le pregunté que cuál es una de las anécdotas que tenía. Mi hijo, pues a ver, no tengo muchas porque solamente me llevaban y me traían de Estados Unidos para acá. Pero lo que más me comentó y lo que más le gustó fue una foto que le tomaron en una lucha de AAA, donde básicamente que le rajaron el ojo y la sangre así iba escurriendo por toda su cara. Y aparte de todo, dice que trabajar en unas producciones, o sea, de cómo se veía el show y de todo lo que hacían los luchadores también ahí, que fue algo increíble. Entonces, está padrísima esta historia, como completamente alternativa a lo que nosotros estábamos esperando. And now, the mayor of Yakima, Washington declared January 13 as the Daniel Bryan Day. I want to know the story behind that.
So essentially, I'm from a small town in Washington State, just a really small town. It's like 15,000 people. It's way off the beaten track. Like it's about 2.5 hours from the Seattle airport. But so I hadn't done much in WWE. I was mostly on like the undercard and very rarely featured as a main part of the show. But then all of a sudden, because I had won Money in the Bank, I had won the WWE Championship. I think at the time it was the World Heavyweight Championship. And people in Washington State were just thrilled. And so the mayor of Yakima, Washington is also a smaller town, bigger than the town I grew up in. But he's the mayor. He was in like his 20s. He loved WWE. So he's like, we're going to make it Daniel Bryan Day. And they got it approved by the governor of Washington State, which is crazy. And so I got this little paper that said January whatever is Daniel Bryan Day. And it just makes me and my friends laugh because like you know, you do these things, right? And things are just happening, and you don't know, things happening good, things happening bad, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, without even realizing it, they've made a day for you. And it's like, certainly there's somebody better to have a day for this than me, but I'll take it. So
yes, of course.
My friends got to go and watch it, which was really, really, really cool. It's like, it was also in, so Yakima, Washington, the arena there, it's a little place called the Sun Dome. So it's a pretty small arena, but it's jam packed, and those people were just amazing. And then one of the things that I think is cool about being in WWE is that my friends and my family have gotten to see me in a setting where it looks like I'm like a real big star, right? like because they know me in personal life, and it's like I'm just a dude, right? I'm just a normal dude. And like most of my friends and family have come, like my friends and my sister got to go see me wrestle at a flea market. So there's like 30 people at this show, and it's like, people are selling like crafts and maybe used clothes or something in the corner over there, and then here's this little area set up where there's a wrestling ring. And so like I did that show when I was on the Independents just so my friends and my family could come see me wrestle, because there's not many shows where I'm from. And so they've seen me that, and like, oh, Bryan loves his little wrestling thing, he has so much fun, so we go see him. But then they go to something like that and they see like, whoa, like these people really like him. Like he's like, when he's at our house, he doesn't seem cool like this. And now he's in front of these thousands of people, and now he seems kind of cool. How did he transfer from being so uncool to so cool? We have no idea. But then immediately once the show's over and we go out to eat or whatever, oh yeah, he's still just Bryan. He's still not cool. He's
Okay, so it's an official day, like a holiday, or
no. I think it was just one day in 1 year. So it's not Daniel Bryan Day in perpetuity till the end of time. It was just on that one day in 2012. It was officially Daniel Bryan Day.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, it's just amazing. Come on.
Yeah.
It's amazing. A ver, gente, bueno, por si no lo sabían, aquí les doy una historia increíble. Resulta que Daniel Bryan, pues es un pueblito que apenas 12,000 habitantes, y un día, pues le dijeron así, se dio cuenta de que el alcalde del lugar que es más grande, que se llama Yakima, Washington, dijo, bueno, ¿por qué no voy a hacer un Daniel Bryan Day? O sea, el día de Daniel Bryan, que es básicamente el 13 de enero. Y él dijo, bueno, pues ¿por qué no? O sea, él jamás imaginó que de estar peleando, ¿no? De estar luchando en un mercado de pulgas, ahora su familia también le dice, pero ¿cómo es posible? Y se ríe muchísimo su familia y sus amigos de este acontecimiento, de esto que pasó, porque es algo, bueno, pues que imagínense, eso es lo que le voy a proponer a mi presidente Andrés Manuel, yo sí, a México. Le voy a decir que tengamos un día Quetzalli. Yo digo, está bien. And now, some people in the WWE universe may not remember that you were actually part of, an official member of Nexus. And many people, they compare Retribution with Nexus. Do you think it's a fair comparison, or?
So it's interesting because I was only part of Nexus for 1 day, and then I got fired. So, as far as I can tell, I don't think they've had the same impact in the sense of like coming in, destroying people, like being part of like the main event scene and all that kind of stuff. And not to say that they couldn't, but to me, they just haven't had the same impact that we had in 2010. Also, they haven't, but one of the reasons they haven't done anything to get anybody fired. So
Sí,
So
sería.
maybe if they pushed the limit and got somebody fired, they might make a bigger impact. But I think actually those men and women who are part of Retribution are tremendously talented. I think Mustafa Ali is to me he's just incredible, and so I don't necessarily like his attitude now, but I think he's one of the best performers in WWE.
Yes, for me as well. Yes, a ver, la pregunta aquí para muchos de ustedes, no sé si sabían, pero fue parte de Nexus. Y le pregunté que si era que muchos de ustedes lo comparan, ¿no? Con Retribution. Y él dijo, a ver, pues así como que fui parte, no, porque me despidieron desde el primer día. Y que básicamente también para que Retribution sea igual que Nexus, pues tienen que despedir a otro, ¿verdad? Y dice, no, bueno, es que está ahora lleno de talentos. Las chicas también, por ejemplo, son muy talentosas las de Retribution. Y Mustafa Ali le parece también alguien increíble. Entonces, vámonos ahora. Let's move with some questions from fans. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. Vámonos entonces, gente. A ver. Sorry, it's just a lot of... well, this one. Guión bajo Johan, guión bajo 2007. Which championship you want to win?
Ooh,
Cheers from Chile.
So my one thing that I really want to do is I want to win the Royal Rumble, and that's because I've never won a Battle Royal before. So that's the one thing I've never done in my career that I want to get done in 2021.
Yeah, I want it too as well. Okay, I want to be part of this. A ver, and now this one. Para WWE. What do you think about Andrade?
I think Andrade is fantastic. I would like to see him utilized more and be on TV more. I think he's one of the best wrestlers that we have on the roster.
Oh my God. A ver, aquí las dos preguntas, se me olvidó traducir la pasada, es que cuál era el campeonato que quería ganar y él dijo que el de Royal Rumble. Su cabeza ahora está enfocada en Royal Rumble. La siguiente fue Andrade. ¿Qué pensaba de Andrade? Y dijo, es increíble, es uno de los mejores que hay que hay en el roster ahora. Ok, another one, y que le gustaría muchísimo que lo usaran más en la televisión. A ver. This one. Body 11. What is your best match and why?
So it's weird because of my philosophy. I don't have this idea of what my best match is. Like I have matches that I have a lot of fun in, and I don't. But I don't have an attachment to something like, oh, this is the best match I ever had. Some of the matches that I've had a lot of fun with involve wrestling people I love and respect. So I got a chance to wrestle William Regal when I first kind of joined WWE back in 2010. And doing those matches was a lot of fun for me. This last year, I got to wrestle Drew Gulak in 2 matches that I really loved and enjoyed wrestling AJ Styles. I love this last week being able to wrestle Cesaro, and then the week before I wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura as part of a gauntlet match. And so those matches to me are just like a ton of fun. A weird one that just might not stand out to anybody else but me, but I had a lot of fun doing was in June, I think, of 2019. It was me and Rowan for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Heavy Machinery, but it was in Tacoma, Washington, which is the first place I ever saw a live wrestling show. And I had so much fun during that match. So it's like, there's little things. If you just like, as I take a stroll down memory lane inside my head, there's so many matches that I look and be like, oh my gosh, I had so much fun doing that.
Oh, amazing. A ver, otra de las grandes filosofías de Daniel Bryan es que no se queda solamente con una lucha, ¿no? Porque esa fue la pregunta. Y dijo, bueno, una de las que quiero destacar ahora fue en el 2019 Raw One con él y Heavy Machinery, que se la pasaron bravísimo en Washington, donde básicamente en la arena donde vio su primera lucha. Entonces, para él lo divirtió muchísimo. Y también menciona, por ejemplo, una de las más memorables como William Regal, apenas con Drew Gulak, con Cesaro también. Entonces, él dice que le gusta muchísimo como desafanarse de toda esta idea de, no, yo solamente me tengo que quedar con un match increíble. Ok, and the last one. Oh my God, a lot of questions. My God. Here's- there's this one. So, Paola Ramone, who is your favorite Sorry.
Oh, I lost you there. Could you ask that again?
Who is your favorite wrestler? Who is your favorite
Gosh.
wrestler?
Of all time? Or
Yes.
like right now? Of all time?
Well, both.
That's really tough. Oh, okay. So, gosh, my favorite wrestler to watch right now might be Cesaro, just because he always does unique things, and I really love watching what he does. My favorite wrestler of all time, it's really hard to say because it changes all the time. But like I really love Negro Casas. So like Negro Casas and Blue Panther, if we're talking to Lucha Libre fans, those are my two favorite luchadors of all time. Like I could watch Blue Panther matches every day and never get tired of him because he's so good technically. And Negro Casas, I remember the first match I saw from him that blew my mind is from 1987. That guy's been incredible for like how many years is that? 30 plus years.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
and Negro Casas is still wrestling and still incredible. And so like those are, if you, it's hard for me to narrow down like, hey, one person, but especially if we want to talk lucha libre, like luchadors who I just absolutely love. Oh, El Dandy too. I loved El Dandy. Darn it. The more I think, the more I'm like, these guys are fantastic. Like just some of the best wrestlers in history are, if I could watch, I mean, Lucha Libre is so much fun, and there's so many great luchadors out there. It's hard for me to narrow it down to any just like one person. Oh, sweet girl, come here. Come say hi to
Oh,
the
yes,
audience.
I want to see your
Come
little
here.
girl. Come on.
Come here. Hi.
Hey,
Can you say
hello.
hi?
Oh my God, look
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. My
You are
God.
she's
What
supposed
are
to be
you
doing
eating?
arts and crafts right now. Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, can you go see Mama? Can you go see Mama? Daddy's doing some work, sweet girl.
I can find Mom.
You can't find Mama. Is she putting down Buddy? Okay.
What is
Well, she might just have to join me for the rest of this interview.
what is your name, baby? Can you share
What's your
us your
name?
name?
What's your name, sweet girl?
Bertie.
Birdie. How do you spell Birdie?
Birdie.
Birdie.
Oh my God, such a
Birdie.
beautiful name.
Birdie.
Birdie. It's almost like my name.
Yeah.
Okay, say hi to your mom.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful, Birdie.
Yeah.
I want to know the story behind that name, Daniel. It's amazing.
So my family is all bees, right? So my mom, my dad, my sister, and I are all bees. So it was Buddy, Betty, Billy, Bryan. And I just so happened to marry a woman whose name started with a B. So we wanted to keep on the tradition. And then we also like the old-fashioned nature of it. And we like the old-fashioned nature of it, but then also that it corresponds with the natural world with like birds. She wants to know your name. What's your name?
Oh, my name. It's a little bit difficult, but it's Quetzalli.
Can you say Quetzalli?
Savvy.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
And you know
a
what
good
is
job.
the meaning of Quetzalli?
What's
It's a
the
big
meaning?
bird.
Oh, her name means big bird. So that's like your name. Huh.
Yes, we have almost the same name, Birdie.
Almost the same name, sweet
Almost
girl.
the same name.
Yeah.
Just you, Birdie, and I'm Quetzalli, but we all the same
Yeah.
of the same family. Okay.
Okay.
So it was at the same. It's amazing. you and your family preserves the V, right? And that's why
Yeah.
Birdie.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
an amazing name. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing. And it's amazing to me as well because Quetzalli, for real. The real meaning is that. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
So just